Winters. Winters are cold season. Cold season will relate to which temperature? Low temperature. Low temperature will associate with what? If the air temperature is low, air column will be dense. Denser air column will remain in contact with the ground. It will exert more weight on ground. Thus the air pressure will be high. Lower temperature, higher pressure. Next, if air pressure is high, you are experiencing subsiding air convection. When air is subsiding, it will fail to create cloud. Clear sky thus will be the characteristic. If clouds are not there, there will be drier conditions prevailing. These are the elementary things that are associated with low temperature. Because which season we are taking into account? Winters. Winters, apparent position of sun is towards south. I am not experiencing favorable amount of insolation. I am experiencing cold condition. Now we are adding technicality to it. Air pressure is defined to be, and this is NCERT image, I'll be overwriting it because some of the values are not visible. Please be very cautious in listening and then we'll write. Air pressure is the weight that the air column exerts on ground. If I am continuously subsiding, I'll be exerting more weight. Such condition is called high pressure. If I am warmer, light, I'll be rising and thus I'll be exerting less weight. I'll be developing low pressure. Air pressure at mean sea level is 1013.25 millibars. Writing it here because I'll be highlighting it here. I've already adjusted camera so that it becomes visible for online students. Air pressure at, I have to make the marker thinner. Air pressure at mean sea level is 1013.25 millibars. Millibars is the unit of measurement of air pressure. Because when I say that during winters, India experiences high pressure. Why high pressure? Because air column is cold, dense and is continuously exerting the weight. How high pressure this is? This is my January isobar map and you have it in your physical setting India. Do open it and see it today. 15th December we have begun this season. 15 days of adjustment time taken. January isobaric map. January isobaric map is showing that all India is high pressure. But the high pressure range is from, I want to pick up the value from here. It is giving me the value of 10. On water it will be dotted line because land and water will never give you same air pressure together. So this is 1013. It is just touching the southern part of peninsular India. And can we notice this value? I want to mark it like this. And then it continues. This is 1019. Air pressure in January isobaric map is high pressure. High pressure higher than mean sea level. What is the general range of air pressure? If I take the reference of entire India, NCERT, it ranges from 1014 millibar, because 1014 millibar here, I'll be covering major part of peninsular India. 1014 millibar including northeastern states to 1019 millibar. Why I don't have single air pressure for the country? Because more I go south, more I go east, I become maritime. More I come north, more I go west, I become continental. What is the difference of weather conditions between Delhi and Mumbai? Mumbai is maritime. It doesn't experience extreme winters, extreme summers. Delhi is continental. It experiences immensely extreme summers and immensely extreme winter. So if I am continental, I'll be having higher air pressure. If I am maritime, I'll be having lower air pressure. So how will we writing it? Cautious. Entire land mass of India during dry winters is high pressure zone, wherein the air pressure over Indian land mass is more than 1013.25 millibars. However, due to, be very cautious class what I am saying, however, due to maritime, come on, label the cardinals, direction, maritime, where? South and east. Due to maritime and continental locations, name it, north and west, I get the range of air pressure. January isobaric map shows air pressure ranging between 1014 to 1019 millibar. Tamil Nadu, Kerala is also high pressure, but they are relatively low pressure than Punjab, Haryana. Because Tamil Nadu, Kerala are more maritime, Punjab, Haryana are more continental. Are we comfortable? Virtual class, this is the gist of Indian climate. Maritime and continental. Bubble points, sub-bubble points as elementary characteristics. Quickly repeating, which season we are discussing? Winters. What IMD calls it? Dry winters. What it is characterized with? It is low sun season, low temperature, high pressure, subsiding air, clear sky, thus dry condition. Now we are adding next pointer, not sub-bubble point, separate point. Entire Indian land mass. Entire Indian land mass though registers high pressure, January isobar map justifies range of air pressure from 1014 millibars to 1019 millibars. Put a dash and write down, involving maritime and continental locations. Comfortable till here? Next point. Entire land mass of India remains in the influence of northeastern trade winds, underline it, put a dash, offshore in their movement. Offshore in their movement. Again put a dash and write down, thus enhancing drier conditions. Adding the star mark pointer. During this season, 15 to 20 days, northwestern India demarcated between 21 degrees north and 82 degrees east. Graticule. (21 degrees north and 82 degrees east), graticule, experiences additional weather conditions, underline boldly, caused by, expression is in bubble, Western disturbances. Western disturbances. You have heard about it, right? Yes or no? Before we write it further. Open up map of India, your school atlas. I am also opening. I'll advise you to open up political map, physical map. It is slightly, yes, Rakesh, IMD calls it temperate cyclone, but it is not technically that. Any case, I'll make you write it. Dhyan se. You all know latitudes and longitude. What I'll advise you, it will be difficult for me. I'm just explaining. You can see 23.5 degrees. You know that you are moving north, you are increasing to 37 degrees. So you can approximate 21 degrees north here. The way I have put up my Apple pencil here, 21 degrees approximately done. Put your one pen pencil marker like this as I have done. At 21 degrees north, please put, no need to highlight, approximate. Put your pen pencil marker, have you done so? And now, please find 82 degrees east and put on your pen pencil marker like this. 80 is given, 84 is given, you can approximate 82. 82.5 degrees is Indian prime meridian. 5 hours, 30 minutes ahead of Greenwich time. Have you done so? Achha, this is your longitude 82 degrees and this is your latitude 21 degrees. When latitude and longitude are considered together, we call it graticule. I could have written it as 21 degrees north latitude and 82 degrees east longitude. I have saved my time. I have given examiner 21 degrees north and 82 degrees east graticule. Graticule is combined term to include latitudes and longitude. Comfortable? Be there on political map. You have got one vertical and you have got, though it is both horizontal, you have created this kind of a boundary. Remain on the northwest side of it. Be there on political map. Which are the parts of the country that we are taking into account? Ladakh, Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, neighboring Madhya Pradesh and northern Gujarat. Too big list. Yes or no? Easier is northwestern part of India that is bounded between 21 degrees north and 82 degrees east graticule. Technically, this is the location that experiences western disturbances. I am yet to talk about western disturbances. Number one, western disturbance is not applied to entire country. Number two, it is not applied to the entire 3 months. Remind me the 3 months class. You'll take that much of time. 15th December to 15th March. Ideal time, practically normal time for me to experience western disturbance is in the month of January when winter is fully established. Maximum by first week of February. It is ideally, practically, naturally, normally should be experienced in the month of January. That too not for 30 days, 15 to 20 days. So western disturbance is not synonymous to dry winters because neither it is applied to entire India nor it is applied to all these 3 months. Is that comfortable? So that is the reason it will be written at the end. But it must be written because without that dry winters is not done. Before I take you further, are we comfortable right here? Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh experiencing western disturbance is abnormal. Until unless you are comfortable with what is normal, how will you judge that the change of the climate is creating what kind of havoc? Normally, when should I experience western disturbance? January. Last 3-4 years, when are we experiencing western disturbance? March. And that is the reason it is creating what? Snow avalanches. Normally, where we should experience western disturbances? 21 degrees and 82 degrees. That means I should not be experiencing it in Maharashtra or Andhra Pradesh. My Rabi crop ready to be harvested is suffering from a complete loss due to hailstorm by western disturbances in Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh is abnormal. Western disturbance don't create hail. Western disturbances are not required to be applied to Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh. It is a change of the climate. We are right now learning what is normal. Eventually you can add on what is becoming abnormal, because everything is becoming abnormal. Climate change is reality, yes or no? So let us concentrate there. I am repeating, before I talk about western disturbance, 3 things I'll ask you to write with western disturbance, unlike what is commonly talked about. Jammu Kashmir, Ladakh, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Northern Gujarat will experience winter rain during western disturbance. That is there, but there are 2 more things before we talk about that. Winters are considered to be dry in our country. All reasons we have charted out. We are low temperature, high pressure, subsiding air, clear sky, no rainfall. Trade winds are also offshore. This I'll be using in retreating monsoon. You'll be more clear that time. Trade winds are offshore. Winds are offshore when they are moving from land to water. When I'm moving from land to water, by default I'll be creating drier condition. All India is high pressure because apparent position of sun is towards south, and all India high pressure because of maritime and continental location gives me pressure range, and that pressure range is 1014 to 1019 millibars. That is very important for us to write. Then comes in the unique thing. During this season we experience winter western disturbances. Western disturbances are experienced in northwestern part of India. I have understood what is this northwestern part of India. Now I have to understand what is this western disturbance. Western disturbance marks its genesis. I'll use red color. Western disturbance marks its genesis in Mediterranean Sea. This is a roughly demarcated territory of Mediterranean Sea. Black Sea, Balkan Peninsula, Epernese Peninsula. This is my Mediterranean Sea. Mediterranean Sea develops low pressure during winters because neighboring land is high pressure. Mediterranean Sea's low pressure is being blocked and transported by upper air wind called subtropical westerly jet. It's just a wind for us, technicalities we are not learning. So what will happen? You have just learned, and I have repeated purposefully. If I am experiencing high pressure, which type of air movement, current, vertical movement I'll be experiencing? Subsiding. If land mass of India is high pressure, neighboring Mediterranean Sea is low pressure, because when land is cold, neighboring water will be warm. Which kind of convection will be there with the Mediterranean Sea? Rising. Rising air convection is involving moisture with it. It is blocked and transported east by upper air wind called subtropical jet. This jet is transporting it east, causing precipitation in Turkey, in Iran, in Afghanistan, in Pakistan, in India. Because these moisture holding winds are being blocked and transported by subtropical jet. It is in subtropical latitude, and that is the reason IMD calls it temperate cyclone. We will also call it, but technically it do not qualify to be temperate cyclone. Western disturbances causes winter rains in northwestern part of India. Where northwestern part of India? 82 degrees and 21 degrees. This part of India will experience winter precipitation for 15, maximum 20 days. India will be least effective country for western disturbance because it is farthest from the source of the moisture. Why are we calling it disturbance? Because it is low pressure. Why are we calling it western? Because the areas that are getting influenced by it, location or the genesis is west of it. This is called relative location. Like what is Saudi Arabia referred from United States of America's perspective? Where is Saudi Arabia? It is Mid East. Imagine you are in United States of America. Saudi Arabia is mid-east for them, but we are in India. Saudi Arabia will be mid-west for us. This is a relative location. I hope you are understanding. So why these disturbances are called western? Because they are originating in west of the countries which will be experiencing its influence. Influence number one. I'll be experiencing winter precipitation. Question crops in. Why we were so much emphasizing on adjective dry winters? There is precipitation that we are experiencing. Answer. I am not experiencing precipitation for entire country, and I am not experiencing precipitation for entire 3 months. I am experiencing it for 15 to 20 days, that too for a very limited area. So dry is justified. Is western disturbances only causing rain? No. Think about it. You have experienced it. Imagine a cloudy day. Clouds are the best reflector of incoming solar radiation. Thus, cloudy days are always colder than cloudless days. Come on, we have experienced it. Virtual class. Clouds reflect back incoming solar radiation. So if I'll be experiencing cloudy day, the day temperature will be comparatively lower. Yes or no? So western disturbances facilitates moisture laden wind to come to India. This will create cloud cover. Cloud cover will reflect incoming solar radiation. Will it enhance cold wave conditions during winters? Because the graticule that you have demarcated is quite defined continental, which is already experiencing grim winters. Yes or no? Western disturbance, IMD calls it temperate cyclone. Weather effectivity number one, it causes winter rain. Weather effectivity number two, it enhances cold wave conditions by creating cloud cover. And weather effectivity number three, occasional, rare Kedarnath floods, Uttarakhand floods, because these are becoming normal now. Western disturbances are not considered to be any hazard. It is capable of creating only some kind of wetter weather conditions. But of late, western disturbances are intensifying in its weather condition, leading to the possibilities of sudden torrential rain, cloud busting, hailstorm, and also flash floods. This is occasional, rare, so we'll write it at the end, but it is also now getting associated as a new normal with western disturbance. Because IMD calls it temperate cyclone, but never counts it in hazard. It counts hazard as tropical cyclone. Are we comfortable here? I am repeating. What are western disturbances? Temperate cyclone. What kind of weather effectivity it can induce? Winter rain, cold wave condition, and extreme weather conditions occasionally. That can include cloud busting, flash floods, hailstorms. I hope it is comfortable. And where do we experience it? Northwestern India. What does that can be specified with? Demarcated between 21 degrees north and 82 degrees east. Graticule. Comfortable? Quickly write down the pointers. Star mark point western disturbances. कहाँ तक लिखवाना है याद करवाओ. Western disturbances. Next pointer first. These are defined to be. Temperate cyclone by IMD. Temperate cyclone by IMD that causes A. Winter rainfall. You have already demarcated the region, so we are not writing. Winter rainfall. B. creating cloud cover as intensification of cold wave conditions. C is with a star mark. Occasionally, it creates extreme weather. Occasionally, it creates extreme weather that involves hailstorm, torrential rains, causing flash floods. It goes like this. Drop your pen. Cloudy days. Come, all of you be here. Cloudy days. Day when I receive sun rays. Cloudy days are colder than cloudless days. Cloudy nights are warmer than cloudless nights. Because cloud is capable of reflecting both incoming short wave solar radiation and outgoing long wave terrestrial radiation. Cloud do not trap heat, it reflects it back. So during daytime, cloud will decrease the temperature, night time it will increase the temperature. Hail is ice balls falling from the base of the cloud. I'll be explaining it with summer season. You have experienced ice ball of variable size falling from the base of the cloud. It can influence standing crop. If it falls on your head, you can also fall down. It is hazard. So hailstorm is extreme weather condition. I'm repeating. Winters is identified with western disturbances. It is not the principal characteristics of winters because it is not applied to entire India and it is not applied to entire 3 months. What are the weather conditions that I associate with temperate cyclone as it is identified by IMD? By default, wetter weather condition. Wetter weather conditions in northwestern India, creation of cloud cover, thus intensification of cold wave conditions, and now gradually becoming new normal, but we have still written occasionally, it can create extreme weather conditions with hail, with strong heavy rainfall, creating flash floods as example. Before I take you to the map marking, we are done with season 1. My advice to all of you, portal I have uploaded your climate notes. My advice to all of you is simply read your NCERT's chapter climate winter season. Then reread what you have written in your registers. You will come on track and the things will be easier glide. And please try to consolidate your relief. I'll be picking up some PYQs tomorrow as we begin with our assignment writing also. Attempted plateau marking? Yes, no? Continuing on the same. So today's map practice, carrying forward with what we marked up yesterday, we are marking plateaus of India. Okay, we have marked central highlands and we selected Chota Nagpur plateau in the continuity. So I be there on map of India one more time, and now I am moving south. As I move south, because Satpura's Vindhyans we have taken, as I move south in Chhattisgarh, and I have marked it here so you can take up the reference of it. You have to mark Dandakarnaya plateau. Arc will be slight extensive east-west. South of it a smaller arc east-west, Bastar plateau. Please cautiously note what I have marked in the practice map here, but it is missing in our school atlas, so notice it carefully. I am on physical map of India. I can see Dandakarnaya. North of Dandakarnaya, I can notice yellow color dissected plateau. Yes or no? Which is aligned north-south. Yes? Dissected low line, yellow color. Can you notice east of Raipur? This east-west aligned plateau is the remaining part of plateau between the Mahanadi river system. That small arc north-south you can mark as Chhattisgarh plateau. East of Raipur. It's actually the remains of. Come on, tell me what craton? Bastar craton. Bastar par ho. Bastar craton, remaining arc. Dandakarneya and Bastar are still tall. Yes or no? Singhbhum is Chota Nagpur. So 3 plateaus you are marking here. Dandakarneya, Bastar and Chhattisgarh.